Ignore my voice, I have destroyed it somehow. Not dramatically, just probably shouting up too many fonts again. But today I wanted to show you one of the most powerful writing techniques that you can use. And it starts with my little friend, Mr. Quack. Well, not just him, but you make your own. Trust me. And it's stupidly simple. It's called the one object rule. And yes, mine is a duck. When we write emotional scenes, grief, love, loss, most people will tend to just say the emotion that is present. No, don't do that. They'll say, he was devastated, she was broken. And to some degree it does work. However, it doesn't stay with you forever. But what does stay with you is something physical, something tangible, something that you can connect with. Something small, something that shouldn't matter. But suddenly, it means everything. The one object rule is this. It gives your emotion a physical anchor. And it lets one object carry what your character cannot say. Because readers don't just connect to feelings. No. They connect feelings to things, to objects, to pieces of them that they can see themselves through, or they can see themselves holding, and it makes it more immersive, in a sense. Because the best stories do this all the time. Take Wilson from Castaway, for example. Ultimately, he is just a valuable, that is it. However, he is companionship, survival, sanity, the last thing connecting him to his own humanity. And when he floats away, it's no longer a prop. It's manifested into a really upsetting loss. Another one, Harry Potter, he has his Invisibility Cloak. At first, it's just a cool, magical item. Can turn you invisible. Now, who wouldn't want that as a little teenage boy? But over time, it becomes legacy, protection, a small connection to his father, as well as the Deathly Hallows, and he's being the one who conquers death in the end. It does, however, quietly carry identity, history, and belonging. It has no long speeches, no monologues, just pure, unadulterated presence. On a personal note, though, I have written a setting of skies that I'll use my friend, Mr. Quack. Now on first glance, as he's just a duck. However, I made him so much more, because emotionally, he becomes everything. He becomes my main character's little foil. Takes him to the top of a mountain. And there's reasons for that, because he is innocence, he is memory, he is a symbol of love that still lingers, and of a loss that never quite leaves. And the key thing is, I never set out to explain that to you. When you read the book, or if you have read the book, thank you very much, you understand he's as much of a character to the story as the main character, in a sense. He does no dialogue, obviously, he's a duck. However, I simply let him exist in the moments, especially the ones where he's needed most, and quietly. Now, there's a moment in my book, I'm going to get another copy because I have multiple, where is it? There we go. Where Dell, our main character, almost throws him away. And this isn't in anger, this isn't dramatic. He's just tired. He's tired of carrying the weight of the story, of carrying the weight of the loss that he has experienced. And then his best friend Nate stops him. His best friend says, she loved that thing more than the entire world. And it goes on for quite a bit more, and I think I've said too much already before spoiling the entire story. But that's it. There's no true monologue regarding Mr. Quack. No speech. Just multiple single lines threaded throughout catalytic sequences and chapters. And suddenly it starts to click. He's no longer a duck anymore. He's no longer just an object on a shelf, on a kitchen counter, in a rucksack. Because my Mr. Quack is her. It's what he lost. It's what he gets to keep carrying with him as a reminder. And throwing it all away? Well, I'll feel like losing it all over again. Simply because he wants the pain to stop. The pain of a past that the main character at that moment in the story could not bear to deal with. So let's break it down why it works. Number one, objects can't lie. Let's be real. Mr. Quack ain't telling no lies, and that's why we love it. Because a character can say, I lied. But an object carries all that's been told toward them and all that they hold and all they can't let go of. They are a purest form of truth that a story can hold. Number two, repetition builds weight. The more it appears, the more it matters. The more it matters, eventually it will start hurting. Especially if he floats away. Number three, it gives emotion, something visible, something tangible to hold on to. Because grief as a whole is an abstract. It's a concept that only as humans can bear. But holding something, keeping something, almost throwing him away, or it, or them, or she, or he, almost throwing it away. Now that brings it a human connection. And number four, I can't hold my fingers up like that. Four. In a contrast to that, more isn't always better. Because if you do overuse the object, if you have him in every sentence, in every minute, in every chapter, it'll be diluted and watered down, because when the moment comes, you're ready to throw him out. You don't want him around anymore. Readers will stop feeling it. Readers, viewers, whatever form you're trying to write, they will stop feeling the emotions that have been put into him, as they'll start leaking out the bottom. And once it is noticed as a tool, he loses his magic. So the true skill is restraint, to use it as and when necessary, and to build his little character, his little objectism. There's a word for it and I cannot remember the actual term. It's knowing when to show it, how to show it, when to let his absence speak louder than its presence could. Because it's all about balance. It's a quiet dance between excess and visibility. Also, a quick reminder, if I can emotionally devastate people with a duck, then you've got no excuses. Absolutely none. So going forward, ask yourself, what object would your character never let go of? And what would break them if they lost it? And then don't overuse it, don't over-explain it, just let it exist. And if you've read A Setting of Skies already, you already know Mr. Quack is no mere object. The Quack was never just a duck. He's my boy. Boy. The end. My little book of big ideas, eh?